I want to talk about your book and you Be Useful: 7 Tools for Life. First of all, have a clear vision. Don't settle. Talk about that.
Well, I think it is so important that we have a very clear vision of what we want to do in life. What are we passionate about? You know, that even though you were in politics, but you were very passionate about talking to the people about policy and about important issues. So that's why you sit there, because you had a vision. And so you're successful because you have a vision. And everyone I talk to that is successful, they always say, I had this dream, or I had this goal, I had this vision and stuff. So you have something to chase. Then work becomes much more fun, rather than what most people, more than 70% of the people in America, you know, they hate their jobs. But because they're not really having a clear vision of which direction they're going to go. And so what I'm saying is have a clear vision, put this phone down, put the iPad down, the computer down, and just think about what are you really passionate about. And I feel if you have that will help you much more to be successful. And the other thing is not to listen to the naysayers, which is another important thing that I mentioned in a book, because so many people say this is impossible, you can never do that, you know. But as Nelson Mandela said, you know, that everything is always impossible until someone does it. And I heard this my whole life. You know, when I came to America, they said, you would never be able to go to America. Then when I came over here, they said, I want to be a bodybuilding champion. They said, that would never happen. It's an American sport. Why don't you go back to Austria and become a ski champion or something like this? So it was always no, 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 and it can't be done. Getting into movies, they said it's impossible with an accent and with a body. And I just, you know, had a clear vision of those things. I didn't listen to the naysayers. I worked my butt off to get there. And so all of those principles that I used to be successful, not only in bodybuilding, but in show business, in movies, and in the governorship, and in policy and all this stuff, I talk about that. I put those rules and those tools out there so that other people can use that and also be successful, because that's what it's all about. Is people should be happier about their work, and they should be successful.
Well, and that actually, number one, which is don't settle, have that vision and go after something you love, actually goes in to your number 3 issue, which is, say, I'll quote you, work your ass off. Meaningful pain builds character, where you're putting in the work, you're putting in the hours. I heard Steve Jobs say, hey, it's a lot easier working around the clock if you're doing something that you love, something that you're obsessed with. Here, you're saying the same thing. Have the vision, have something that you really love, and then put in the hours, put in the time. That pain will equal the gain down the road.
Absolutely, because so many people today look for the shortcut. I mean, I tell them, I said, look, I've been around now for 76 years, and I have tackled, you know, the biggest challenges. And the way I've been able to be successful is by working my butt off. Work, work, work. I mean, when I came to America, in bodybuilding, there was no money. I worked on construction sites, and I worked out in the gym 5 hours a day. I went to college and got a degree in business. I was taking acting lessons. I was taking stunt classes, and all of that stuff. I was working. For me, there was the day that was 24 hours. 6 hours I slept, and the other 18 hours I worked my butt off. So I want to just tell people, I did this with everything. If it is with bodybuilding, with show business, and in the governorship, it was work, 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 and having the passion for it. And I think this is a key thing, is not to look for the shortcut, but to just go all out and go for it. And I think that anyone and everyone can be successful if you use the certain kind of tools that will help you to make your life more pleasant and more successful.
I don't want to give away the entire book, so I'll jump just to one more, which is the last of these tools I love. Break your mirrors. Learn more about the face of your neighbor and less about your own. Where did that come from, and what does it mean to you?
Well, it's just that I felt always very strongly when I came to America that I was received with open arms, and everyone helped me. I got a free gym membership. I got to come over to America for free. I was like giving from bodybuilders, you know, dishes, silverware, a black and white TV when I moved to America and all this kind of things. There was this tremendous generosity. So I always wanted to give back to America. So I started with Special Olympics. Then I was the head of the President's Council of Physical Fitness and Sports and traveled all over the United States to promote health and fitness amongst the kids in the schools. And then later on, I got involved with after-school programs, and then later on, becoming governor. But my father-in-law, Sergeant Shriver, who started the Peace Corps and the Job Corps and legal aid to the poor and all that. He always talked about that. And he did a speech at the university at Yale where he said to the students at his commencement speech, he says, tear down this mirror that makes you always look at yourself. And you will be able to look beyond that mirror and you will see the millions and millions of people that need your help.
Sarge was a very wise man.
Oh, yeah.
You've lived his advice. The new book is titled Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life. Arnold Schwarzenegger, so great to have you with us. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.